your fan making a lot of noise? If your house is 20 years old, as this one is, your bathroom fans are probably the original ones. Over time, the bearings wear out and it gets noisy, and then the fan doesn't ventilate as it should. This can lead to unpleasant odors and unwanted moisture. Unwanted moisture can lead to mold and mildew issues. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the fan motor. This Broan fan and light combo was installed 20 years ago, but you can still purchase them today. But thankfully, you don't have to replace the whole fixture. To do so, you would have to have attic access in order to completely remove the old fan and housing and disconnect the ventilation that goes from the fan to the outside of the house. And that would be a much bigger and messier job. All you really need is the fan motor and the wheel, they call it. It's the fan wheel. That is what's gone bad in this. So you can buy just the fan and the wheel on Amazon for about 19 bucks. But that fan is mounted on a metal insert that goes up in the housing. And you can get the fan already mounted on the insert for about 36 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and get the one that's already mounted. It's not a big deal to remove the fan from the old one and put the new fan on the old insert, but I think this will just simplify this job a lot more for the sake of this video. I will include the links to just the fan and wheel, and then the whole assembly of the fan, wheel, and the mounting insert. And if you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. That'll help me grow my channel, and it doesn't cost you a dime. And your liked videos will show up in your YouTube account under your liked videos, so you can find them easier. So there's slots in the side of this lens right in here. If your fan does not have a light with it, there's a little bit difference. This grill here, or this vent, you just pull it down slightly, and there's metal clips you squeeze together, and you can pull that out of the housing. In this case, I've got a lens here that I need to, I'm going to have to depress these little slots right in here, and there's one over here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just do that carefully because it is plastic. But as you depress that, you'll be able to pull down slightly. And I put my cheaters on so I can see what I'm doing. But yes, it comes off pretty easy. And then pull it out of the other slot over there and set that aside. You will be using that again. Then you're going to remove the light bulb. Then there's just a little nut right in the center of the this metal housing. This once you remove that, this will all come off. So it's usually just finger tight. Yep, there we go. Don't lose this nut either. You'll need it. And then this whole thing will come down. And then it's plugged in up here. You'll see it. It's attached into a receptacle there in the housing. So once you unplug that, you're going to use both of these, so set those aside. All right, now your fan is plugged into this housing as well, so you're going to unplug it. And I'm going to go ahead and just take a picture of this or show you what we're doing up here. It's really hard to do this when you don't have an assistant. My assistant's not here today because I don't have an assistant. So anyway, I'm going to pause this, and we're going to get a little bit of video to show you what I'm doing. So right there is the receptacles. And what I'm going to do next is we're going to press in on the housing and up on this metal insert, that black metal insert, and we'll remove that tab. And then as we lower that, we'll lower that, and there's two tabs on that side that you'll be able to lift up out of there, and the whole thing will come out with the motor and fan. So like I said, we're going to press in on the housing, press that way, and then up on the motor, kind of come out of there. Then it starts to come down, you just let it lower, and then lift on this side, and you'll get those tabs out of there. And there's your old fan and wheel. This is the metal insert. I got this whole thing. That was for 36 bucks. The alternative, you can, for about half that, you can remove two little screws here, and that'll take your motor and wheel out. Then you can mount it on this old bracket, which would be totally fine. Save yourself 18 bucks, something like that. So we're going to lay that aside. I will point out too that you should, to order them, I'm going to leave it a description, but if your fan's a little bit different, you know, go by, the CFM is the cubic feet per minute that this fan will move in this room. And that is determined by your room size. This one is 70 feet per minute. And I got some exactly like that. You've got a model number here, right here. And then your CFM is written right here. All right, so when you order that, take that in consideration. So let's get the new one. Here's our new one. It's identical to the old one with these two tabs on this side. That's going to go, it's actually going to go in the reverse this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Before you do that, over here on this side, there's a little flapper. Just make sure that's opening and closing. Can you hear that? Anyway, that's the vent. That's attached to a vent that goes up into the attic and outside the house. So you got to check that. So we're going to take it up like this, tilt it. The two tabs I'm going to find over here. I'm sure my head's in the road. I see those. Once they're in, you're going to push it up. There is some resistance, but you're going to push that middle tab up until it locks into the housing. Some reason. There we go. There's also a hole in the housing. I'm going to take this out a minute. For some reason we're hitting something. That's another thing. There is a hole. I forgot to tell you this. This one was not screwed in, but where that middle tab is, this right here, that would normally hold it in there. But in your case, you might have a screw right in here into the housing. So let's see if we can get this in here. I'm going to need my screwdriver just to get it beyond that. I mean, it's staying, but I want it in there a little bit more secure. So I wish you could see exactly what I'm doing here, but it's you'll see it. It's just this middle tab that we took out first. I want to get it beyond the housing, so it's in that real good. And that looks like it's real good. But if you're unsure, take a little metal screw, go through that hole I showed you, and just screw it right into the metal housing here. After you have that in there and it's secured, make sure it's in the slot and it's not going to come down. You can go ahead and plug in your fan, like so. Then you're going to reinstall the grill I'm calling this the grill. See this thing, this light reflector just sits down in it. You just slide that in there. You see those slots that match up there. So you want to take this and plug this in. There's a post right here, right in the center, that this hole right here is going to go over. You find your nut. Excuse me. Well, get it in there straight. Now put your lens cover back on. And moment of truth. So let's hit the switch. Here's the light. Light works. Here's the fan. That sounds a lot better, and it's moving air a lot better, I'm sure. Again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share it. Subscribing doesn't cost you a thing. Liking a video doesn't cost you a thing. Sharing it does not cost you a thing. But it helps YouTube creators grow their channel so they can put out more helpful videos. I've got more helpful videos on Project DIY with Stephen S. Doudna. Or you can just type in the @ symbol and then DIY Guy 50, and that'll take you there too. Thanks for watching.